Starting in 3, 2, 1. Tell Kodak he's gonna be sad to just this music. I'm gonna clip this as soon as we're done. Just put it in the chat. He's gonna be on his lunch like this. He's gonna be like, son of a. All right, sir. CK, how you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. How you doing? Trying to get my voice back. How you doing?
I can see. As we were talking prior. We got some stuff to talk about, so we're just gonna jump right straight into it. Hi, happy I do you. Good health. Moving past that. We're gonna be talking about let's see, we got a lot of sports, so it's gonna take a lot of time. Actually 3 today. WNBA, NFL, and World Cup. And a couple movies, not too much about movies, and like 3 or 4 picks and nicks. That's it, real quick. There is a serious question. I will see if we get to it or not.
Okay.
I just stretched to get this one, so depending on the flow. Okay. We'll see how it goes. But we'll start with WNBA. Did you see the drama?
I love talking about WNBA, man.
I'm so engrossed. It's almost like Love Island on Netflix, where it's just like, ooh, let's see what happened this week.
They're gonna be so excited to hear that.
But that's how I feel.
Damn it, we want to be talking serious.
Oh my gosh! But like just the drama, and I know there's drama in the men leagues as well too. I just don't care.
But it's off season though, so there's nothing to really talk about yet right now.
So there was with the Sky or whatnot. Miss Reese came out in opposition to management on Chicago Sky, and supposedly one of the higher up execs in the WNBA told Reese offline that she should consider maybe leaving that franchise because it is so poorly managed.
Who told her this?
An executive higher up in the WNBA,
but not with the Sky.
Not with the Sky. No, it was strictly like upper.
I was going to say that is weird. Okay.
Like league management. Yeah, saying that basically that you might want to take your talents to South Beach kind of thing.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Got it.
And there was it's just really interesting that like Reese just can knock it out of the spotlight, and not for good things. Like,
but is this her fault though? She's in the spotlight for something else as well. I just saw the report for something else.
I didn't see that one. No, it's not her fault. But like, for instance, people are getting fired left and right for stuff they put on social media, for it being this or that, or going against company guidelines. Most of the time their situation is a little bit different because it's more high profile. Right. But when you dumb it down to like civilian-esque, whatnot, F-level citizens, it will, like, there's very little in your employee handbook that says like, hey, you can't have a life outside of this job, and like you should be able to disagree with your boss, right?
Yeah, that's normal.
You should be able to disagree. Yeah, respectfully, yeah. And then like you talk about it, you figure it out, maybe you agree, disagree, or whatnot. But just because your employer, your employer, doesn't mean you can't disagree with them. But I guess there was an earlier instance where she had disagreed publicly, and she was sat down because of it. And then I guess she had an injury, but like other people are rumoring that it wasn't a real injury. She was sat down, and during that time that she sat down, Sky went 1-12.
Yeah, because they're not great.
So the drama, man. It's my it's my.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I mean, it's more common than you think. It's just the fact that it leaked out is the part for me that's like great. It's more common than you think that, there'd be executives who have conversations with really good players on bad teams where they'll say things like that, like, man, your talents would be so great elsewhere, but very seldom is it public knowledge. So that's odd. But to me, I don't see this as a Angel Reese problem. This is just I'm making money from WNBA or from leaking a story problem, in my opinion. I don't think, to me, this isn't the Angel Reese situation.
So you think this is just piss poor management from the team then for franchise?
100%. Yeah, man. Because look, man, we're well aware. We've talked about it several times on this channel, this podcast, that, you know, there's not much money to the WNBA.
Yeah.
So like, you know, for things like that, because of what you said, but obviously it's a big popular thing that, you know, the WNBA is just popular right now for the wrong reasons, for the novelty of it, you know, the drama of it. So I feel like because of that, something like that would get leaked to somebody that was close to her, somebody that's close to the executive that's talking. They leak the story out because they're gonna get some money from it. Because look, anything Angel Reese, anything Caitlin Clark is money right now. So
my girl Cunningham's gone. So
yeah, there you go. So sorry for your loss. But yeah, but again, yeah, to me, that's I'm not putting that. That's not a Angel Reese problem in my humble opinion.
It's a franchise.
And I also agree with the executive too. So great advice. Great advice.
There was I was trying to find more stats about, because we talked about a little bit about how some of these players, like for you, for instance, you think Cunningham's casual, right? Like she's regular. She's not that big of a thing outside of Caitlin Clark. Right? So I was sifting through stats of players and stuff like that. And I was trying to see Reese's improvement from her coming into the league and then from her currently now, because Poly Market, everywhere you'll just see a bunch of different bets about her missing layups, all kinds of stuff like that.
Me bounds,
and, yeah. And I think she's top rebounder in the league currently, I believe.
Yeah.
But for her shooting percentage or whatnot, it's actually lower than the average.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 38%, unless it went down.
I think recently it's actually 42. 38 is when she came in the league.
No, so that means it went up. No, because
it went up from when she came in, but currently it's lower than the average shooter.
Because she was the first player to have 500 points, the fastest player to have 500 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists or something like that. But the big talking point with that, as historic as that was, is that she's done it with the lowest field goal percentage, and at the time it was like 38-37%. So if it's up to 42 now, good for her, because I know she did improve in recent months, weeks. But yeah, that was the big talking point, is like, great, but you're doing it at such a regular percentage, which isn't great.
Which just means you're just throwing it up there at this point.
Pretty much.
Just hoping hey man, if it goes in that hole, that's all I care about. But then again, your team's losing tons of games. So
I was just gonna say, but when your team is bad, sometimes you allowed to do that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, but it was it's because again, like she has done a lot for the WNBA as a player.
I was just gonna say, you will never get me to say anything bad about Angel Reese. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Angel Reese, man. I'm a fan.
So it's just interesting when you compare like stat sticks, basically, like the whole LeBron to Jordan comparison all the time. Like LeBron has stupid stats or whatever, but more than likely most people will say that MJ's the GOAT, right? Just because of time, blah blah blah. That is changing over time, but again, he's been in the league longer. Don't need to rehash this battle versus each other, whatever. But he's basically a stat stick in terms of like
MJ is the GOAT, but LeBron James is the boat. That's it. That's the conversation. Conversation is over. LeBron James is the best of all time, best basketball player of all time. LeBron, Michael Jordan, I get it, is the greatest because, you know, all the other things, percentages and, you know, swag, reviving the NBA, he gets all that. A lot of that is because of Michael Jordan. A lot of things are you know, people shape themselves around Michael Jordan, even LeBron James. But at the end of the day, LeBron James is the boat. I don't care. He's the best basketball player in the history of the NBA, of basketball. I don't care about, well, can he get a clutch? No, he's the best basketball player of all time. Best basketball player of all time. So, you know, that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, that definitely is. And Angel Reese is nowhere near that conversation.
Hey, she might end up being the GOAT of WNBA, man. She only 2 years in the league and she get this much recognition, breaking records, bro. It's only 2 years in the league, man. You never know, bro. You never know.
You know, that's a fair take. Doing over time that she'll do more in the league or whatnot. But at this point, it's just drama. At least that's what all this regular cares about.
What they're banking on right now, bro.
Right? Like when I tune in on these games or whatnot, like I'm going to games, Douglas.
Like
not for I'm going basketball. I'm like, let's see what's going on this time. Right? What kind of shenanigans on it? Looking on Grok or Gemini to be like, what has Angel Reese done this week? Right? just to see.
So you don't know about the more recent thing that like today's news.
No, I don't know.
She got suspended. She's suspended for her next game.
Oh my gosh!
But it's because she has. So when you get a certain amount of technical fouls, for every technical, you get suspended a game, and she surpassed that. So now she's suspended a game because she reached the max of technical fouls you can get.
How many technicals does she have?
I don't know what I think the WNBA rule is 8 techs. NBA is like a crazy number, like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Last person to get in trouble was Draymond Green. But in WNBA, I think it's 8 technical fouls. And so she got her 8th, and now she's suspended her next game, which, fits the bill for your drama like you're talking about, man. Who else is doing that?
Not Cunningham. That's for true. Did she really get suspended? How did I miss that, man? That's just great.
I literally just saw it. Just saw it before I got on the pod. Very fresh news.
Funny. Let's get off of Reese. Let's give her a break. Let's let her enjoy this time off. Right?
I'm a Reese fan. You ain't gonna give me say anything bad about her, but
oh man,
technical foul. That's a technical foul.
We have finally. I think we've finally finished. Wait, we finished the first week of the NFL, right? And some of these games are crazy.
Second week
started the 8th, right? Or the 8th?
No, second week. It literally ended probably 20 minutes ago.
Okay, for shizzle. Starting the second week. Did you watch
starting the third week? Go ahead, brother.
You know what I meant, bro. It is late.
Sure.
Football
started.
Yeah, football has started. Did you watch all the first games mostly? Did you catch?
Yeah, I watched everything. I got a fancy team to maintain.
Oh, that's
I'm watching my Saints always, even though we're 0-2.
And the 5 years of weather delays for the Eagles.
Oh yeah, but did everyone had a weather delay? I was saying weather delay would if weather delay was a fantasy player, that they would have gone off because there was so many weather delays in the first week. So many. The Eagles one was long, but I mean, I've never seen so many games get delayed due to a weather delay.
I was about to say because it's interesting because it's lightning. I understand that. However, doesn't that dome close or no?
No,
when they were playing in?
No,
it doesn't. Oh, okay.
It was because it was in Philly. That's an open route. That's an open stadium. The Dallas one, but I think like they can't just do it on a whim. It has to be pre-planned. I don't know if they can do that. I could be wrong.
Oh, to just close
I think Dallas and Houston, both of their stadiums, it's like a pre-planned opening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's just like a car where you could press the button and it opens the window. I could be wrong. I don't know. Neither of those are my teams. The team I play for, got attacked by Katrina and just got rebuilt. So I don't know much about opening and closing domes. I just know about the one big Superdome.
I wouldn't be surprised based on the electricity and the mechanics and probably safety involved with it as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. But it was crazy. Like you said, so many of them were delayed.
It was a lot of games.
And it's odd because honestly, and of course I don't watch on a regular basis, so there might be more than I'm aware of. But the biggest one that always comes to mind when a game was delayed was the Ray Lewis's last game in the Super Bowl.
And where was that? Speaking of my team, in the Superdome.
But that wasn't weather though. That was electricity went out.
Blackout. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it kind of sucks for these. Well, you play sports as well as I do. When you have to stop for that long post playing, and then you gotta get back into. I know they have trainers and stuff like that, but that is a rough position to be in.
Yeah, and then the Eagles Cowboys game, the first half was like high octane, high scoring, and literally right off of the delay, the second half was a nightmare. It was boring. It was turnovers everywhere. It was avoided.
Yeah, I made $25 in that Philly game, so I'm proud of myself.
Good for you, man.
Oh, thank you. The Chargers open internationally in Brazil, right? That was very interesting. I didn't even know we played international. I'm not about to lie. and I saw that.
Yeah, for a few
I was like,
years now.
I was like, I did not even know that was a thing that the NFL did.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. The Packers Commanders, okay game in my opinion, and then the other games I didn't really watch for those ones or whatnot. Just wasn't interested in them. It is interesting as well too that I don't know if you saw this conversion rate. There is 46 confirmed players now that have transitioned from the UFL to the NFL post 2 seasons. 18 are, I think 18 are practice teams, and then 26 are in on actual teams, that's a lot, right?
Yeah, good number. Even getting a practice squad invite's nice.
Yeah, right.
I have a bad experience from it because the guy we got was ass butt.
Oh yeah. What'd you guys get?
Yeah, terrible. I don't even remember his name because he played a snap and he wasn't great. Yeah, he wasn't great.
But to see the integration is nice, especially when,
that's cool.
To be fair, UFL is basically WNBA territory without a parent company. So they're working their way up to being profitable, but like it's hit or miss because they're not filling stadiums, kind of thing. But to see the integration of them getting more players into the NFL, it's nice, right? Especially with NFL. I don't want to say being more international because it is watched internationally.
I mean, it's becoming international. It's becoming an Olympic sport, so I feel like that's getting us somewhere.
That's true. But to see the notoriety of it excel a little bit more past it just being like the North American, I don't want to say North American rugby, but it is just basically a North American sport only. Yeah. So to have that a smaller league or whatnot basically become the little brother of it, or not officially, but slowly but surely become that little brother that funnels, maybe because like what NBA has, G League now, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So to see that,
no, I was just gonna say, to your point, I was just gonna say I don't understand why the NFL has not capitalized on it at all and absorbed UFL as their development league. Like I don't see why what they're waiting on. But again, NFL business is run very poorly, so I shouldn't.
It's not profit. So anytime something's a non-profit, the objective relatively is to make profit. Unfortunately. So it's nice to see that. So the more you look at a lot of like the, not trades, but the decisions that the UFL is making as an organization, it looks more and more like the path they want to be on is to be absorbed by the NFL.
As they should.
Which
there's business in that, man.
No, I get that there's business in it, but I don't know if that is in the best interest of the UFL.
I disagree.
Because like you
tried for this long, and you're not, the fan base isn't really growing the way that you want it to grow. You at least if you're absorbed by the NFL, still able to run it the way you want to run, then there's the possibility of these teams then being connected to NFL teams, a lot like the G League, where a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago, that became the thing where every NBA team got their own G League team. So now you're getting the funding from that NFL team to then help yourself. So you don't have to worry about if you're selling tickets anymore. Now you have a business model. Now you can get players that are going to want to play in your league because they know that it can connect them to going pro eventually. And then it becomes a whole system. So I do think it's beneficial for them financially as well as to grow the league in its own. Because the G League now, I think it's New Mexico. There's a new team that jumped into G League, and it sells like NBA squads because it's in a city that's not that they don't have a basketball team. So it's like that's their squad. So like they ride with it. You know what I mean? So there's ways to do it, man. You know, if you can be the best UFL team with the funds and stuff like that, and then you end up you're in like a Louisville or a Kentucky or something like that. And, you know, those, they love football, you know, and hell, any Texas team, I don't care if they already have the Cowboys or the Texans, you can, I don't know the names of all the teams, but if there's like a Dallas so-and-so's, whatever they are, if they're good enough, if they're entertaining enough, and they have that one or two marquee, like, that was really good in high school but couldn't make the NFL, they got that guy on their team. It draws numbers. So I feel like with having the funding from being connected with the NFL and not having to worry about that portion of it, and now you're just worried about the production and having the help from whatever NFL teams. You can have fan nights where certain players come and show up to the to me, it's a whole business model that they could capitalize on if they're able to get the NFL to just buy them out, or not even buy them, partner with them. So I would assume that would be.
I agree with partner more than buy them out, because I think the partnering makes room for the funnel to be.
But partnering, you don't get the funds.
Yeah, because of the way that the NFL is run, nonprofit wise, I don't know if that hurts the UFL when they absorb them, because the objective of the UFL is to be it's not supposed to be a smaller league than the NFL. It's supposed to be a competitor, right? It's supposed to be a competitor.
Well, it's not, and it
hasn't been. Yeah, it hasn't been this entire time. So I don't see it ever. Yeah, I don't see it ever becoming a competitor.
Yeah,
partnering would be better, or purchase and operate independently, right? Because the thing is, the nonprofit structure can hurt how you spend funds, which is why the NFL gives a blank check to every single team as soon as the season starts, whatever, or prior to the season starting. So the fiscal aspect of the league can get hurt if it's just a normal like buyout merger kind of thing. The partnering, I'd be a lot more excited to see the partnering kind of thing, or even like a team just checking them out or whatever, like, hey, the Renegades are going to come practice with the Texans or whatnot, right? It would just be for this summer or whatever. We're going to check it out, see how things go, kind of thing, and that would create enough buzz already to maybe get more people to fill the stadiums in Dallas or whatnot for when they play, because a lot of the UFL teams play in the Dallas stadium. So it was interesting because they post these stats at the beginning of the NFL every single year, whatever. They had stats last year. I don't think a lot of people made practice team last season. I think it was like 10 at most or whatever. So it didn't double, but it's doing better and whatnot. But like I said, just to see the funnel widening and getting more transition from them, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. It's a great way to widen the optics to the league or whatnot, and like literally have them come up from small to big, whatever, transitioning from a smaller league to a bigger league, whatever, even if it's just a partnership. Yeah. So moving on. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of all the different possibilities but again, what do I know? I'm not a gazillionaire, billionaire. I just feel like just the main idea of how the G League has literally developed from the D League that I remember when we were, teenagers, preteens, to what it is now. Like, to me, I feel like that's the way, no pun intended, Disney. I feel like that's the way. Again, like you said, that their goal is to be a competitor. So, until they're able to get that ego out and realize that the goal should be making money. But we'll see. I'm rooting for them. Like I said, I'm just a little scorned because the player we picked up didn't look like the same guy that he looked like in the UFL. We move.
But also too, the talent's different in the UFL, right? So you could be S tier in UFL and you're barely scraping B- in the NFL, right? Because again, if they were that good, they would be in the NFL most of the time, right? So time will tell. But honestly, in my opinion, I only give them 3 years, and that's generous.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like the hype around them is all gone, so I don't even know.
So if the UFL can't partner or do something with the NFL in 3 years, I don't think it's going to happen, because I don't see them generating enough. The biggest thing is they don't fill stadiums. I think one of the biggest games was like 11,000 people they got. Like, and that's just not enough ticket sales wise, because you're not going to be charging a premium for these tickets either, right? In my opinion, the best way to watch sports is live. but because UFL has better camera angles, some of those, like we had the conversation before for concerts, whatever, concerts are better on television than they are in person, right? So just because the camera angles, UFL, and I haven't been to one in person, I guess, so I don't have that perfect apples to apples comparison, but they just look good on television. So why would I need to go in person?
Yeah.
Right. And then also too, even if it's a cheap ticket, let's say it's a $60 ticket, whatever, cheap ticket. Like why would I spend that when I could just watch it from my 80-inch television at home?
But that's with anything, right? It really just comes down to if you have a person that you really want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you're just that diehard fan. So
True,
without that,
diehard fan,
you're completely right. Yeah,
like there's no incentive to go watch any of these games or whatnot. It's just like watching a college game at a campus that's near you on a Friday night or whatever. Like just
but the appeal with that is graduates, graduates or kids that are children of parents that graduated from there. Yeah, the college system is just like and then also students get in for free. The college system has it down pat on how they sell out seats. Yeah.
So it's good and bad, but I give them 3 years. If we could date this video. So go back to it in 3 years.
Oh, I'm not. If you're looking for a debate, you ain't gonna get one from me. Yeah, I think you're being generous.
I don't see it. I think I'm being generous too, but I can see The Rock getting more funding for it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Right? Because honestly, at the end of the day, each team is no more than, I don't know if it's, I think it's 2 million, I think is the team's worth, each one. And they're all still owned by the league except for one. Like the total amount for them, maybe 4 at most, because they don't bring in revenue. So it's just the teams are only worth $2 million each, which is not large in terms of
not huge, but it's still
buying it.
I didn't know that. That's so crazy.
So I can see him getting funding for it pretty easily, or even like funding it himself. I don't see him funding himself because no rich person ever does that. But I could see getting funding for I could see getting funding for it not being an issue. However, I could also see getting funding for it being negative. Right? Like, oh, you need a round C, you need a round D. Like, how much money do you need to get this floating? Kind of thing. And are you pre-revenue? All these other questions, yada yada yada. So I give it 3 years. If nothing happens in 3 years, it's just going to happen like all these other alternative leagues that keep getting made where it just doesn't garner enough attention. Nothing happens. It's a cool niche thing, but it'll just die out eventually as well. Unfortunately. Now, moving on to 2026. Got this World Cup coming up. Big international event. Super, super excited. But I'm getting less excited as I go through the motions.
I wonder why.
Of these this ticket fiasco. So let me go over dynamic pricing. It is the same as dynamic pricing for Ubers. When there is no Ubers on the street and it is packed, Uber's like, yo, we need to get people on these streets. So as a win-win for everybody, I don't know how this is no, on the streets. So as a win-win for everybody, and I don't know how this is a win-win for everybody, so you might have to explain this to me. They will increase the price of all Ubers so that the people who own the cars, whatever, can make more money. So it gives them more incentive to get on the street.
Oh, more people as in drivers, more drivers on the street.
More drivers on the street.
Got it. I thought you were talking about passengers. I'm like, that makes no sense.
So when there's not enough drivers or whatnot, they will dynamically hike the price. The user pays more, and the driver gets paid more. Now, of course, nobody likes this, but it is what it is, kind of thing, right? Ubers, honestly, Ubers
don't have another choice.
Exactly. Ubers have almost tripled in price from when it first came out, outside of inflation. They just did that on their own thing because they got rid of all the taxis competition.
Don't be scared of public transportation, kids.
Ride that bus, baby. So if there's a hobo, sit in the front.
Bus. If you got a train, Godspeed.
So there was a semifinal in the World Club, not Cup, World Club that was this year.
Yeah, that was
versus
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, now, Chelsea versus Fluminense, and their dynamic price went from $4.70 a ticket all the way to $13.
I can only imagine, bro.
Now, can you imagine if you paid that $4.70?
God.
Right? And you get there and you're like, whoa, hold on. I could have got like pitch side seats and would have had no competition. Right? So, or somebody got pitch side seats and paid the same price you did for however far you sitting up in the rafters kind of thing. And it, like the Reddit posts on this are crazy for this dynamic pricing and whatnot, because everyone's kind of already fed up with FIFA, me, myself included. And it's very blatant. It's a money thing, but FIFA's response is, no, we're making it economically viable for everyone, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, so if you raise the prices at this point, only people who make a certain amount are going to be able to go, right? So they're starting with the phase rollouts for these tickets. Phase 1 starts yesterday, I think, because today's the 15th. Yeah, yesterday. The 14th through the 19th. No, it didn't start yesterday. Did it? No, it might start earlier.
It would make sense that it started because today's Monday. So it would have made sense if it started like late last.
Maybe. The end date's the 19th, right? And what you're doing is the first phase is it's closed off to only Visa card holders, which, to be fair, everybody has a Visa card. They just don't know, right? Like, but most people have at least 3 debit cards. Like you can go to Connecticut and get a free one for like $5, right? And as long as you have a Visa card, that's all they ask for. You just put in the numbers in there and your information or whatnot, and you're in the drawing. So the first phase is you put your information in, has to be a Visa card, and then you put yourself in a drawing. The drawing is going to be on the 29th of this month, and they're going to let you know if you were selected in this drawing, right, when you can purchase your tickets prior to December's drawing of when the teams will play. So the big thing with phase 1 and phase 2 of these tickets is you don't know when they're playing.
Oh, that's trash.
Mm-hmm. You are buying tickets not knowing when somebody's going to play. So you're saying, okay, I'm going to buy tickets for this stadium for this and this game. So they have the map of the groups, what group is playing what, but you don't know who is in what kind of thing. So that's phase 1 and phase 2. Now phase 2 is that's going to be general draw, I believe. And that's like somewhere in October. And the last one will be post drawing. So that will be post the December 5th. There you go. The December 5th in DC. Uncle Trump is gonna go over there and be like, "Let's go, boys," and throw the ping pong ball or whatever.
And that's only gonna make things even worse too.
Yeah. The best World Cup ever.
Yeah.
Right? And then the finger pointing or whatever.
Yeah.
So
check the numbers. The best World Cup ever.
The numbers. Biggest hands ever. So those would be the 3 phases of buying tickets. Now you can also volunteer for the World Cup. They said that they needed 65,000 volunteers.
Ball boys?
For a myriad of things. So I went on there, and it is this the things they're asking. So they're asking for people to walk people through the stadiums. They're asking for management support, media support, broadcast support, asset protection, basically free labor, right? To get away with it.
That's dangerous.
Yes, but they're bribing you with, you get a free kit, right? So you get a free jersey, cleat, boots, everything
of your choice, or is that randomized too?
I don't know, because they just ask for your size or whatnot. And to be really, really
Not even
honest,
your favorite team. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but it'll probably just be general World Cup, this special edition for the volunteers.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
right.
True,
so
true.
honestly, to get a kit that's special edition to World Cup volunteers 2026,
that's so cool.
That's a lot, right? Because those boots are gonna go for money after a certain amount of years.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But they've generally kind of priced out, or with the volunteering. Let me finish the volunteer stuff. So it's about like 12 steps on there. I actually did a small video just because these last 4 days or whatever. I was looking online. There's not a lot of stuff to go through it, and if you don't know what you're doing, it's really cumbersome. And of course, we have a lot of family members that are trying to do it, and I didn't want to talk about it every 5 seconds. So for the volunteering portion on there, there's a bunch of different positions you could do. There's like 12 different steps. They ask you for a questionnaire. It's almost a job interview. Almost.
Okay.
If anything, it is more extensive than a job interview based on how many things you have to click and go through. Just to do the create the volunteer ID or whatnot, and the survey you have to do in the beginning, 15-20 minutes. And that's just the first 2 steps of like 11 steps, right? And it's, let me not say 11 steps, just like 11 different sections. You don't have to finish all of them immediately. So like the first day I did the ID just to get registered. The second day I did the questionnaire and whatnot. You don't have to do them all at once. I assume the faster you get it done, the better it is for you.
The better. Yeah, makes sense.
If you don't get tickets, which, let's be real, you're probably not going to get tickets. But if you don't get tickets or whatnot, at least you could volunteer. And some of these commitments that they're asking is, what was it?
A lot?
One of them is like, hey, we need you available for 2 8-hour shifts a week. And this is pre-World
Cup. They don't
so this
tell
is
you
May.
Beforehand what it would be. Like, it's just like a free-for-all. You sign your life away, and then we'll tell you after that.
So they say, like, basically you give your availability, like I can do a 6 a.m., a 12 p.m., after 9 p.m., or going into the next day slot. They ask like, hey, are you available in May? Say yes or no. Then like, are you available for this pre-distribution stuff? Which is what I was just saying, where they're like, we need you for 2 shifts a week, kind of thing. Like, what's your employment status? Things like that. They show.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how people with regular jobs are volunteering like this. If you get chosen for something, just because the time constraints, they're trying to get you in. Like, if you get chosen for this, I hope you have PTO, because you will be burning through all of it, kind of thing.
But once in a lifetime opportunity. So you'd be surprised. People are going to do that crap without even thinking about it.
Every 4 years. So last time it was 93, 94 or whatnot. So it's definitely something that you don't want to miss, but they're making it real easy to miss it. So the group stage, they actually did post out there the pricing that they had averaged out, and they said the floor was going to be about $60, the floor for tickets, and the ceiling would be about $6,700. So about 7 bands for but that is a final ticket though.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the price. I understand it being large, but bro, if you got a 20,000 stadium and each ticket is 7 bands,
I was just gonna say that's double what I pay for WrestleMania, bro. That's crazy. And
WrestleMania was over for days, right? It wasn't just one
2
event
days,
for
2 days.
Yeah, it wasn't just one event for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that,
I mean, it was one event for like 6 hours. 12. 2 days combined.
Well, no, but you went 2 days though. I'm saying like this, like if you're playing 7 Gs for something and it's just 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
There might be some pre and post stuff that you can like chat with people about, like enjoy the environment kind of thing. But again, you're probably paying for that stuff too.
Yeah.
So just normies are completely priced out of everything. There was a mayor in
I call it civilian life. Civilians are priced out.
There's what's his name, Ma'am Danny Z or something like that. Some guy who's trying to be mayor in New York City. He was saying that basically the World Cup is starting to price out all the working Americans, and it's just a business thing now, where it's just like only people who are not even honestly not even low middle class. It's like high end middle class are the only ones that are actually going to these type of things. Because unless you just put it on the credit card, right, claim bankruptcy afterwards, like Michael Scott. just shout to the world and be like, "Yo, I've taken care of this." There was they were talking about scalping again. That like, hey, this is gonna be a big issue. We really need to pay attention to this. What are we gonna do? FIFA's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got you. Did absolutely nothing. Mexico now they have their own set of rules for scalping. Basically, Mexico has a resale rule where you can't resell tickets more than what you paid for them. But that's just Mexico.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, United States of America does not care, and neither does Canada. We never have a limit to how much money you can make, right? We never have a limit. We can see there might be a potential problem, but we're like, it'll figure itself out.
Yeah.
Right? Who am I to put limits on what you can do? Right? This is America, sir. We scoff at that. Right?
The idea.
I know, right? The audacity. So it's honestly, like when I was looking at a lot of this stuff, going back and forth and then past World Cups or whatnot, like past World Cups you watch at home because you're younger or whatnot. And you don't you're not really aware of like the money aspect of it. Like Dad said he went to a couple World Cup games when they were at Uncle Mike. And you don't really think about it, but like the more now that we're older, like we make jobs stuff like that and trying to go to these events kind of thing, you see the pricing structure of them and whatnot. And you're like, what is going on here? Like basically it's rich people go and watch the games, poor people watch it at home.
Yeah. Or at the bar, where I'll probably be at.
Oh yeah, bars too. Cosm's gonna have some games. So, but it seems like that's just what it's become. Almost the same thing as like flights on a plane or whatnot, where flights when commercial airlines first came out, everything was first class. There was no coach for people, and they're like, hey, we could probably do better if we did volume. Yeah, we could probably do better if we did volume versus and they still make bank off their luxury flights. However, people complain and whatnot, like, oh, I have no shoulder space. Like me, I never have shoulder space. I'm literally sitting like this the whole time, especially if I'm in the middle. Even when I'm on the aisle seat, like my legs sticking out. Like I don't mean to do that, but I just
leg space is always my issue.
Yeah,
shoulder space I'm okay, but leg space, it's
just small. But planes aren't meant for coach. They just make money off coach. They do the absolute bare minimums to make the most money that they can. So with these tickets or whatever, it's just really disappointing. Honestly, it's just really, really disappointing how much. I understand organization, I understand money, I understand it's an international event that you're cramming a lot into 6 weeks. I wholeheartedly understand that. And that can be cumbersome. There's not a lot of good ways of getting rid of things outside of everybody self-regulating and be like, hey, it's fine, I don't need that. If you have a table of free stuff and nobody takes it, either the people you're giving the free stuff to have a good enough foundation of like, well, I don't need that. Let me leave it there for somebody else who might need it. Or what you're giving out is trash. One or the other. Right?
I feel like I know which one it is of the two, but yeah.
Right? So with this stuff, even with to bring back up Disney and ESPN DTC, direct to customer, with sports or whatnot, I don't see that not going up in price right before the World, because there's when I was over by your place, whatever, a couple last week or whatnot, and I was looking at it, Of course, Disney's going to bundle it to get as many people in as possible. But Disney's another company where it's just like, best believe I'm going to make that bag, right? If you guys are all,
wouldn't expect anything less,
right? If you guys are all watching my network that I own for 6 weeks,
capitalization, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Or what they'll do is they'll do, and YouTube TV is really good at this. That's the only reason I have YouTube TV, because of the World Cups. That's literally why I bought it the first time. And they'll run these. You can pay for an annual subscription right now, even though you're only going to watch it for 6 weeks. But they get you in right there.
And there's no other option. Yeah. So of course they're going to get you.
And people are like, oh, 20%. If I do it annually, okay, it's only $200, blah, 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 whatever. And Disney's just like this to the bank. They're just like, oh, little did you know. I changed the price right before I offered you a discount. Like Amazon on Black Friday.
You're falling for my trap.
You fell for my trap card. So it's really unfortunate. It really is. But here's hoping those who get volunteers can at least get some sweet swag in the process instead of buying tickets.
Swag.
So and here's another thing. So they had RTBs. We've gone over this before. Right to buys. You can not use your RTB, and they won't refund you.
Why?
Because you didn't use it. It was your choice. So let's say you try and use it for a game, and you can't get tickets for that specific game, because all it does is it reserves the right of, like, they have a group of tickets for those RTBs, right? If those tickets get sold out, you can't use yours. You don't get a refund. So that's another, I forget how much I paid for. I don't know if it was 600 or 500, whatever. So that's another amount of money that you just out because you didn't get to use it, or nothing was available. Crazy.
I hate that so much, but yeah, that's insane, bro.
It's just FIFA Ultimate Team all over again. It's just these stupid surprise mechanics.
Yeah, no, that's real life surprise mechanics.
Yeah, real life surprise mechanics. That's it. And to coin the term from EA in court, like, it's some mystery backs. That's all it is. It's like, oh, let's see what skin I get this time.
I'm so interested to hear the chronicles of you guys from when the World Cup starts, because you and our dad and our uncle are trying to go out there into that madhouse. So I'm curious to hear how it all breaks down. This is like next year.
Yeah, next year, June
26th, right? I just want to make sure.
Even a bunch of the soccer guys I play with or whatnot, bro. Half the group everyone's trying to. One of the guys owns a business that he promised his employees tickets. I was like, yo, how are you gonna promise people tickets? How are you gonna get tickets? He's like, oh, just let me know where I gotta buy them.
Either a lot of people gonna quit, or you get fired.
I don't know how that works, man.
Crazy.
He's just like, I just told everybody I was gonna buy them tickets. I was like, are you even following how to get tickets? Because the cheapest way will be to buy them before the drawings. And even so, this one I understand. This one I'm actually okay with, but it's still, I don't know a way of getting around it. Each address, not person, each address is only allowed to buy 4 tickets per game, right? So
is that something that is going to be lifted, or is that temporarily, or is that's just
permanent?
That's just the way.
Those are rules, yeah. So if me and G wanted to get 4 tickets each per our names or whatnot, that doesn't fly. It's per address, per household, per address, whatever. So if you have a household of 5, like some person I know who has a household of 6, your whole family can go.
Yeah, let me have your tickets.
Stop. the amount of scorn I've had to go through just to even get all this stuff done. No, I absolutely refuse. So that one I'm okay with, because it does limit. Like, you can spoof it to a certain degree, but it does limit how much some of these scalpers can get or whatnot. But, like, can you use PO boxes?
Well, they're gonna get theirs. The amount of people traveling from other countries, we talked about it. There's people that are they have tickets to get to the States. and they're gonna worry about the tickets to get into the games later. Scalpers about to clean up, man.
So
there's no way around it, bro.
It's gonna be a hard time for Domino's and Little Caesars. That's true.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably link in the show notes. I did a small video that's like 3 minutes on how to run through applying for the volunteer and for the tickets. I'll probably take it down after the 19th because that's when the first drawing's done. And it will be the
you
same
don't want to help people out at that point. You want to make sure you get yours first.
That's well, no, I already did mine. It was pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
It also doesn't stop you from. Let me not say that. So let me keep that up. I'll tell you offline. Let me keep that little secret for the people who figure it out. How it can work.
You don't forget to it.
But yeah, no, it's unfortunate. I don't know how many times I can say unfortunate. It's really sucked being like a full adult, like going through this and being so excited. Yeah, full adult. Yeah, everything sucks now. But it's really sucked, like trying to be a part of it and just being met with hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. But it's like I just want to see some good ball. Like that's all I want to see. I understand it's everybody, God's green earth that's going to be here. But I just want to enjoy myself and watch some good ball. And of course, I guess the answer is turn on your damn television.
I will.
I guess that's the answer, honestly.
Yes. I mean, look, man, like I said, I think more than anything, I want to be in the atmosphere, but I'm not real. And again, maybe it's because the fandom, but like, I'm not really as pressed to be in or at the game. It's just like, I definitely want to experience the atmosphere of the World Cup in some capacity. That's what I'm going to try to do. But, yeah, being at the games and I'm gonna leave that to y'all. I'm living through you guys. I'm 100% living through you guys on that side of the fence.
I'm just gonna live stream with my satellite phone. It'd be like, CK, look at me.
Get some Ray-Bans, bro.
Oh yeah, funny enough, I actually got some because we're going on a trip.
There you go.
And I was just like, I need to see all, and they're gonna be shades too, so no one can see where I'm looking. So I was just like, I need to grotesquely document this trip.
Yeah, this podcast ain't gonna last long. We're gonna
wink. Grotesque.
We're gonna lose them.
But best believe once G finds out about these glasses, she's going to steal them and use them the whole trip. I am betting that right now because of the video taking, because of the photos. There's no way my wife does not steal this and use it the entire trip, and I just lose my shades. There's no way. That's why I didn't tell her.
She got to figure out how to get it to work.
It just connects to your phone. It's just a button. You just tell it. You just talk to it.
Right. So that's okay.
No, she's gotten really better with AI. So, but once it happens, though, I'm gonna just send a picture of her using like this. I'm gonna just send it to you as soon as it happens. Yeah. Once it happens, it's over. I'm never gonna get him back ever again. She'd be recording basketball games, everything. People walking down especially once this child's born, bro. Everything. So, moving on though. All right, we're gonna do the serious question. We're gonna do the serious question.
You got to it? God, okay.
Depression rates are rising with remote work, chaining us to Zoom like we're auditioning for a hostage movie. Office janitors are out here vacuuming and listening to mariachi with no care in the world, assuming you still have a janitor. The market is pushing us to remote work, but when you apply to the job, they lie and say, oh, it's hybrid with you working full-time on site. Who's going to wipe up our existential meltdowns when the Wi-Fi yeets itself mid-meeting?
Take a breath, bro.
There was a lot in there. That was my
favorite part.
So, what did we name him? Steve? Bob? We're gonna go with Steve this time. So, Steve brought up a couple points. I was looking up job losses in the United States since May. We had a revision, and basically it comes up to like, depending if you're looking at post-revision or pre-revision, Some of them say more than 250,000 jobs lost. Some of them say we gained 79,000 or 79,000 jobs. Either or, when you look in San Francisco, the depression rates have increased, and that's where we've seen the most job losses because of tech, or at least a really high percentage of it. So when you go to these, to use LinkedIn as an example, you'll see these positions. If it is a remote position, it will say how many days the job has been available or posted. That will be, it will say like it's been posted for, let's say, 1 day. And then it'll say 1,700 people have applied. Right. And there'll be another set that says how many people have applied today. It's only been posted 1 day. And it will say 1,700 people have applied today.
Right.
So it looks like it's become this very thing because a lot of people haven't left the San Fran job market just because it's so good. Some people have to go to, you know, the Texas, the Nevadas, and the Georgias and Floridas for that job opportunities. But it does look like,
still curious where you're going with this. Go ahead. Yeah.
It does look like depression rates as a whole have gotten wider with the decreasing of jobs in like mass. There's one stat I found which was really interesting, and it's a year-over-year comparison between 2024 to 2025. It was by Yahoo Finance, and I didn't get to see all the metrics they're using for the comparison because it's a little outlandish, but Yahoo Finance, whatever. They were saying that it's 911,000 jobs that are totally lost, that are not, and it's centralized in California and New York for the tech positions. Yeah.
And why is that?
Just due to the economy going down, and but they're like gone. They're not coming back. Those are positions that won't come back, kind of thing.
Wow.
And it kind of leaves not really room, but it makes sense why the depression rates are increasing because it's 19% in San Fran. 1 out of 5 people.
Jeez.
And I don't really know how you like get a census on that. Like, do you just go to people and be like, "Are you depressed?" Right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you,
maybe what their timelines are.
Or they'll be like, I just need you to go into a McDonald's and just watch people.
Google searches. How many people will search, you know, unfortunate things.
Yeah. But it looks like
it's a tech city, so
yeah. So it looks like the depression rates are increasing on a lot of these higher paying jobs or whatnot. Tech jobs in general are higher paying, but versus like my boy listening to mariachi or whatnot, as a janitor, he ain't going nowhere. But again, like Steve said, that's assuming you have a janitor.
Yeah.
Because who really has janitors anymore?
Right.
You don't see the guy with the big headphones anymore mopping. It is too. Like, you don't see him dancing or whatnot in those movies or whatnot.
Yeah.
But
God, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
You don't. You really don't see those type of things anymore. Those older school jobs that are still necessary, but you used to just have more people doing them, like the mail clerk and like giant. If you have like companies that have tons of money, the Meta, Facebook, Google's, Alphabet, those ones will also have them because they have a surplus of cash, right? But any of these normal job positions, be like, yo, get your own mail, bro. Right? Don't. We fired Bob a long time ago. Yeah, Bob hasn't worked since the 40s. Right? Yeah. He was a great guy, but he made a lot of mistakes. So it was definitely telling.
So what are you trying to get with this segment, man?
I'm trying to say that the economy's not growing, and it's making an impact on the populace. Now you could say it's correlating data, right? Just like we talked about with the farmland being removed, right? How it's negatively affecting farmers, right? Because the cow udders.
Yeah.
This thing at the same time, the populace is suffering, for better or for worse. I don't know if it'd be better, but the populace is suffering due to not having the same opportunities in certain spots. Now, you could have more opportunities in other spots. That doesn't look to be the way it's been the last decade, honestly, because it seems like the spots are just moving overseas versus staying here, right? Like, to be fair, YouTube is probably one of the few spots left where you can, it's basically S tier, right, in terms of democratically being able to produce a living off of working, and it's international. Doesn't matter where you are, you can do it because the eyeballs, right? There are like payouts are different per countries, kind of thing, right? There are those limitations, but it's one of the few
monetize,
things,
others can't.
Yeah, where there's no, like, because advertising dollars are always going to be advertising dollars. It's never not going to be there. Companies are going to advertise, and they collect that revenue, and then they share the 60-40 with the creator.
It's like
and the partnership
the commercials, like, you know, you're seeing the same commercials so much more frequently on TV now, because a lot of these companies are sending their money to, like you mentioned, to the social medias and the content creators, because they, even though it's a lot for those creators, it's still less money for those companies.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're very, very true. Ads aren't going anywhere.
You always follow the ad dollars. Like, when people say follow the money, you follow where companies are spending money. And while they sometimes will reduce spending on advertising, they always do spend in advertising, right? Even Tesla, which is notorious for not advertising.
Yeah, that's the whole shtick. Yeah,
own a social media platform where they advertise all the time, right? That's basically the biggest advertisement you can ever have, when you own the flipping platform that you're talking about. Just like how Bezos, Amazon owns the Washington Post? Yeah, Washington Post. Yeah. Bezos bought that a long time ago.
Yes, Washington Post, yeah.
But best believe there's Amazon ads in there, right? You don't have to advertise when you own the newspaper. So with,
even though it's one city specific, but I get what you're saying.
But it just seems like the opportunity for everybody to, like, find a place is becoming smaller than it used to be for a lot of these things. So, and it's having an effect on, at least in this, and it is more theory than fact, because you're taking two stats and kind of merging them together, assuming they're correlating. But it does look like
there is some connection.
Yeah, it does look like there is some cohesion between the two, where it's something to think about, where you could be the most talented in one subject until you get there, right? You really don't know where your talents are going to be used, right? You could be the best player in the NBA, go someplace and don't mesh with any of the players there. You don't suck, but the team still sucks with you there.
Does not believe in you.
Yeah.
There's some
and it just doesn't work, just because the whole synergy of the whole thing. So I brought that up just to post it out there, whatnot, because it's interesting in a bad way.
Yeah,
where it's just like
that is not a fun story.
Yeah, because it basically brings truth to kind of like how everybody's feeling. Be like, hold on, this Snicker was 75 cents in 2021. Why in 2025 is it $2 at Walmart, where everything is cheap? How is the cheap store $2, right? And then why do I have to buy 30 to get 10 cents off?
Why can't I just right?
Why can't I just buy one and get 10 cents off?
Let me just get my one. Yeah, that's so true, man.
So it's definitely taking its toll on, and it's not just the U.S. It's everywhere. But I live in the U.S., so that's where I care, right?
And we get hit harder with it too.
Yeah. So it was like I said, it was interesting in a bad way. But I thought it would be something to bring up.
No,
look at.
I guess we can add the SoCal depression rate up 1 more %. Thanks for that story.
Actually, to be fair, at the earlier one, my boy was watching people in McDonald's, Have you? I know you don't like breakfast, but did you ever like McDonald's breakfast at all?
Every now and then it's cool.
When's the last time you had it?
Griddle? Oh, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
So I will say officially now,
it's smaller.
I don't like anything at McDonald's anymore. It used to only be the breakfast, but I officially don't like anything at McDonald's anymore.
Yeah.
Like nothing's everything's just trash and grease. Nothing. Yeah, nothing tastes. The breakfast used to be the saving grace, and the same thing where it's just like a combo is like $15, $18. It's like, bro.
Yep. Fast food isn't fast food anymore. It's not quick, cheap.
Like those people that I don't know what they're called in Spanish, but the guys that do the pop-ups on the side of the street.
Yeah.
For the tacos and the meats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're making out like bandits because they're not overly charging and whatnot, but they're giving you volume and like the food tastes good. The only negative is you don't know
have licenses and cops are exactly.
Yeah, you don't know if you will see them ever again. Yeah. Ever again. He's like, man, I really hope I could buy a pupusa next Friday. Just putting that out there. Like if you got a number, I'll pick it up at your house, man.
I would love to see you again in this exact same spot next Friday.
At this exact same time next week. I'm like, man. They were like, winter comes, and they're just like, winter is coming, and they just have no propane or whatever, so they can't cook whatever, and you never see them again for months. They're just like, I don't know if they got arrested by the police, or is it cold? Like, or do you have an IG I can follow? So
more likely they have to keep moving. They can't stay still
because you're not supposed to do something like that. No business license or whatnot.
The way that they look, I will always be impressed by how fast they're able to pack up, bro. With everything that they have set up, stoves on and everything, man. The minute they don't even need to see a light flash.
No,
they just see they see them turn that corner. They already down the street, and they selling while they're moving, bro. Yeah, man. I got so much respect for those people.
Like the guys at the stadiums that be selling the glizzies or whatnot. They'll be they'll be like be told they can't be there, be strolling down or whatnot, taking the hot dog out for the person. I was like, yo, there is a certain reason why there are certain stereotypes about working hard. Let me just say that, and I will never think otherwise of that. I was like, bro, if you're willing to put in the work, somebody's willing to give you some money. Facts. But moving on, movies. All right, I don't have much of the movie scene this time. I didn't see much like I really cared about. There is one thing I just added. I'm gonna add today, right now.
Okay.
Because I just saw it a couple minutes ago, which I think is interesting for the future going forward.
Oh Lord.
Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed till 2026. I was actually getting pretty excited for that because the first one was good. It wasn't great, but it was really good. And they had a new character. They're trying to bring more blood into it, or new blood into it. He was an okay character, but I guess everyone hates him as like a social thing. So supposedly, and I don't like to get leaked too much for certain movies, but I did come across it. That character is supposed to die in the first 20 minutes of the next movie.
Wait, because the public didn't like him.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's kind of stupid, but okay.
They said he didn't do good in the testing and post, and there was too much hate about it.
But you liked him.
I thought he was okay because Mortal Kombat's very aggression based on the characters that they build. The games have more, more grift, I guess, with their pantheon of characters. Some looking more aggressive than others.
Two phenomenal vocabulary words right there. Pantheon and grift. Continue.
So, this character, whatever, had two. I don't know what they're called. Batons, maybe. What do the police have? Batons, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's another word for the. Is it scrimma? It's not scrimma sticks. That's not
like a cooler word.
I don't know what it is, but he basically had 2 batons or whatever he used. They're more defensive type weapons, and those were his weapons that he used. And he was a very very Hollywood Asian kind of thing like that, not as ethnic or whatnot or looking.
Not Johnny Cage.
No, Johnny Cage is Kyle Urban in this one coming out.
The Boys.
Yeah. But
I only know from the trailer. I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I'm more excited about Street Fighters coming out.
We'll get to that because I think there's something else coming with it as well too. So but a lot of did WB say it publicly? I don't know if it was something that was leaked or if it's just people like thinking about it. They were saying that they didn't want Mortal Kombat to compete with Superman because Superman had done so well. It makes WB profitable.
What's the connection?
So it makes the timing. Yeah, so it makes WB profitable for that year in the movie.
Yeah.
Right. So they didn't want it to, if it's negative, to impact Superman on the P&L sheet at the end of the annual. So they're saying they're going to move it over, but the first Mortal Kombat had a budget of $80 million, and I think that was with and I think that was with marketing, and then it made 55 million total. So like it.
Damn. Oh my.
Oh no! I think it was opposite. I think it was 55 budget and it made 80. So it's still considered it's still considered a flop because it only made 2x. Actually, I take it back. It didn't even make 2x. But like it still made money. You didn't lose money on the project. It just didn't get as big as you wanted to get. But the movie was good though. It just wasn't great. And with Mortal Kombat, it's a video game franchise. It's about fighting. Like you're outside of the same old literal Mortal Kombat and Sub-Zero and Scorpion, you're not going to get too much flavor. Even if you try to go deeper and make a plot, it's going to be hard because you're mostly going to get people who like the franchise. And then if you get normies or casuals, like they're not going to follow any of the characters. Kind of thing. You would be better off doing a no-name movie, and then somewhere in the middle of it, they'll be like, "Yes, this is Mortal Kombat," and you're just like, "What? Huh? What is this? Who?
This is a Mortal Kombat story,
right? Like, what do you mean or whatnot?" Or you see like certain things in there. You're just like, "Yeah, my name's Cage," and you're just like, "What? Cage? Cage from who? Huh? Excuse me,
Luke Cage,
right?" So you'd be better off doing something like that, and then it becomes like a viral hit type of thing, versus you make and that you could get casuals in there because it would be disassociated with the franchise. It would be easier to do new stuff, keep it low budget, but still attentive to the user base. And
for video game movies, you know the model on how to get casuals to watch. It's the cast.
Dude, tell me.
Right. Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's the cast. It's the cast. But Sonic is the perfect example. Like Sonic is a good movie, but like it became as popular as it was because people who love Jim Carrey were like, "Wait, I remember Robotnik as a kid. Jim Carrey's playing him," and they watch it and they're like, "Wait a minute, this actually was pretty good." So that's why I feel like the casting of Johnny being the dude from The Boys, because The Boys is super popular right now. I think that's supposed to be like that appeal to try and get casual fans who like The Boys type of TV show that they would probably be able to transition well into Mortal Kombat. That's how that's how you get the casuals, man, by casting. Unfortunately, that's why you be seeing some of these movies go in that direction. It's like they don't really look like the character that I grew up with, but I understand why they did it. You know what I mean? Mario with Chris Pratt. Like, you know, you hated it initially, but as you watch the movie, you're like, it's fine. It
just grew on you. But it didn't seem too out of place after you started listening 100%. To it for a while. Same with did you like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, DK?
I did not like it, but I didn't hate it as much as when he was initially announced. Because they made it work.
Yeah.
They made it work.
The only role I hate Seth Rogen as, like
Pumbaa?
yes, vehemently. I hate him as Pumbaa. He just ruins my Lion King experience every single time.
Yeah, it didn't work. I was completely cool with the guy who played Timon. I think he did a good job. But yeah, nah, he was.
Did you see Nani and Friends yet?
I did. I still don't understand why you call it that. It's just Lilo and Stitch,
bro.
I don't get it. I was expecting. I don't. Yeah, I don't understand why you mean. Call it that.
Why do I call it Nani and Friends?
I don't get it.
She has like an extra 40 minutes in that movie that's not needed.
No, it is needed. That's the one thing me and Carly liked about this live action one. Bro, the cartoon, as good and nostalgic as it was all over the place. There was there's no story. You don't understand why these poor girls are out there by themselves. You don't understand what's going on. Like, there's so much that I feel like the live action did a very good job at making a story. Like, they added characters that I feel like were I love the neighbors. She was amazing. I don't know. I was fine with it.
So
I was fine with it.
Spoilers if you haven't seen Lilo and Stitch for this one segment.
Yeah.
The removal of Gantu, hated it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hated it. But if you didn't remove Gantu, you wouldn't have been able to add, in my opinion, most of Nani's scenes. Because a lot of the scenes that Gantu was a part of on the original Lilo and Stitch were filled with exposition for Nani.
I just feel like it would be hard to. Yeah, well, I guess that goes to your point. Never mind. So yeah, I won't. Yeah.
How did you feel about
I was okay with it.
Galifianakis as
So I hated it at first. I hated it when I heard his voice, and because you don't have to get the same guy.
Yeah.
But when he did not sound like the scientist I was expecting, he did not have the accent. He sounded like he didn't sound like what I was expecting.
Russian. Yeah.
So it pissed me off. I'm like, he sounds almost like, I forget the string bean one. He sounded more like him than he sounded like Jumba. He didn't sound like him. But as it went on, and with Galifianakis playing the real life version of it, and it was like the Pumbaa effect, or not Pumbaa, it was like the DK effect. I'm like, all right, it makes sense. It works. It's fine. I'm over it. It's just, you go into it nostalgically. So I'm looking for the accent. I'm looking for the scientist type of vibe, and I didn't really get that from Galifianakis. But it was fine. By the end of the movie, I was over it. But boy, in the beginning, I couldn't stop talking about it. Carly, I'm like, I love Zach Galifianakis, but this is terrible. This makes no sense. He's not Jumbo. He doesn't even sound like him. I just kept going over and over. But as the movie went on, I just stopped talking.
That was one thing that's one of the big proponents that Joy doesn't like the movie. Him specifically. And then them going back and forth.
I got over it, but I'm with her.
Their human forms, and then going back to towards the end to their alien forms or whatnot. I was like, the movie was just okay. It was really unfortunate because that's one of their favorites or whatnot. I like Moana.
Yeah.
But
you guys, you're part of that, and I understand. You guys are part of that. You guys are very critical on these live action adaptations.
I am.
Whereas me, I know what I'm expecting. It's a family movie. It's not gonna be like I know to leave my nostalgia at the door. So don't expect it to be a point for point like how we remember it. So that's why I looked at it more so on the point where this one gave a story where the cartoon, like me and Carl would always joke about how the cartoon, like the way it would jump from place to place made no sense.
Yeah.
This one did a good job at tying those knots. So I'm gonna give it credit for that. They had its flaws. It's not the same. Would I take it over the cartoon? No. But I did enjoy it. We had a good time with it. I loved how Stitch came out in person. I thought he was great. I'm glad they brought back the same dude to do the voice for Stitch.
Yeah.
He was great. Yeah, I like the casting of Nani. I love the casting of Lilo. I thought she was, at first I was a little but no,
I thought it was 1-for-1 for Lilo. I thought Lilo was
she was
1-for-1. I was like, that's perfect.
She was great.
Even to the
for
point,
me, it was just from look. And then when she started to talk and she started to be like, I'm like, no, that's good. I'm sorry.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Literally almost sounding the same to the movie in so many different ways or whatnot. Especially the screaming scene where she slams the door. I was like, dang, she is.
She's like, go to your room. I'm already in my room. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is crazy. But yeah,
cool. It was cool.
So it's the well, moving on, next one. A K-pop Demon Hunter 2 greenlit. Netflix.
It's finally made. The first one finally made its way into our household. So still haven't watched it yet, but Anaya is now. It is in her Rolodex. It's starting to play. She's still in a zombies phase. You probably wouldn't know what that is. She's still in her zombies phase.
Okay.
Because Zombies 4 just came out. Disney people would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Zombies and Descendants are literally this generation's like High School Musical and Cheetah Girls. Like that's their thing. So like Zombies 4 just dropped, and yeah, so she's obsessed with that. But yeah, K-pop. That movie finally made its way in, and she's getting there. So it's probably gonna get in one of these family movie nights one of these Fridays.
Okay.
And then I know you're obsessed with it.
I love K-pop Demon Hunters. Like when if I right now I have two guilty pleasures: the hot dogs at 7-Eleven and listening to the soundtrack of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Daniel, damn it, stay away from those things, man.
Bro, when we're done here, I'm gonna send you a
photo. I'd much rather you tell me that you like Wiener Schnitzel than 7-Eleven hot dog.
I would. No, Wiener Schnitzel is absolutely disgusting. But there's a 7-Eleven right by my job, and I pass it every single day. And sometimes I go in there because I forget lunch or whatever, and I'll just go and I'll just stare at the hot dogs. I'll be like, it's gonna be a good day.
You have to buy something. Please stop drooling on my screen on my window.
You can't touch all of them. Those are my two guilty pleasures. Listening to the soundtrack, K-pop Demon Hunters. And
K-pop is not a guilty pleasure. No, that's fine.
I think the songs are a little bit for me because I like them too much.
I think you get a pass, bro.
So like
K-pop
I will have like hard hip hop in my playlist, and then it goes like a K-pop song. And the worst part is
turn it down a little bit so people don't hear you.
So that's the worst part. When I know I'm turning it down, when I was just blasting my music, it's a guilty pleasure.
Okay, I understand. Yeah,
I don't want anybody to know. Well, they're gonna not watch this, but like I don't want anybody to know that I am like yeah, like listening to this music on the way to work or whatever. So, yeah, that's two guilty pleasures right now. But it got greenlit for a 2 by Netflix, which is fantastic. We're not going to see it for another.
It was a question.
Agreed. It was never a question, but it's always nice to see it in writing. Like, oh yeah, we're officially moving forward. I wish we got that more from companies, but I also understand they want to control when the mind share starts, kind of thing, where we start thinking about it. Like for instance, say Mortal Kombat or whatever, they started really pushing those ads and stuff like that because it was supposed to be released next month. So now they're going to have to redo their marketing strategy because they've already spent that marketing money. You're going to have to redo the marketing strategy close to the same amount of time next year. Right. And then also too, Avatar Land of the Volcanoes comes out in December. So like that.
I forgot we're in that vortex all over again because we're getting trilogy off rip, right?
Well, no, he's done 2 at a time. So I think 4 and 5. He's going to take a year off, and then he's going to do 4 and 5 back to back because he did 2 and 3 back to back, and then he's going to do 4 and 5 back to back after taking a year off.
I guess it's back to back. Didn't 2 come out like what 2-3 years ago already? 2023?
Oh, maybe. I know they were filmed back to back, so 2 and 3.
Got it. That makes sense.
I don't know. That just it's an exuberant amount of money, and it is what it is.
Oh, I understand. That's why I understand.
So the next one is pretty interesting. So Paramount. Well, first thing with Paramount Plus, I think they acquired Sundance Studios. I think. Let me fact check that.
Interesting. Good pickup.
And fact check. It's either that or they're partnering.
Partnering.
Yeah. Really? So they didn't acquire them. They did a merger. Skydance Media and Paramount Global. Didn't Paramount Global just do that deal with TK Holdings for the UFC?
Right. Yes.
Interesting. So they had this in the chamber too?
Yeah. This is why a lot of the other like CBS stuff and like some of the other like household name shows are all getting the boot because they're like, going gun ho on these kind of companies. So it makes sense.
Interesting. I must have missed this when Aura wasn't finalized when I was in one with the UFC, because this is an $8 billion merger. That pays off the UFC one if it's cash. But,
true, got you.
Right. If it's stock, it doesn't do anything. But if it's cash, then best believe that pays off a lot of things. But Paramount is because the thing with Skydance, they got the directors from Stranger Things, I think it is, and those people are actually going to start. They have a deal with them to do some movies and some content.
They're free now, so
yeah. So that's really cool. Secondary with Paramount as well too. They are in the process of doing a Call of Duty movie.
Yuck.
Right now, have you seen you probably have Zero Dark 30 with John Krasinski?
But he's not in that.
Yeah, he is. Zero Dark 30.
John, am I remembering that wrong? I remember. Yes, I've seen Zero Dark. I was thinking more of Jessica Chastain.
Oh, my bad. That's Chris Pratt. I apologize.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
that's my other favorite white boy.
I was thinking the TV show with John Krasinski.
Right, my brain. I know what you're talking about. My brain. I can't think.
Yeah, I forget what it is, but like
Clancy.
who's to,
I with the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
But who's to say you can't just slap Call of Duty on one of those movies? You know what I'm saying?
The Call of Duty storylines are fire. I'm just
like the camp. Yeah, I agree with you on the campaigns, but I don't know if you like same with Tom Clancy's. You could be like, they just put in subtitles Tom Clancy. Right, and then that is a Tom Clancy movie.
We were talking about earlier,
right?
Yeah.
So the idea that it has to be a Call of Duty script, like Call of Duty has a bunch of different things within it, including Black Ops, Modern Warfare, like all those type of things that have different storylines. If you're doing like a Black Ops type thing, it's going to be a thriller based thing like that, but it doesn't have to be a Call of Duty movie. Right, you're not going to see the movie in first person.
Certain things you want the name on it.
No, but you can just do like with Tom Clancy. You just put it on the bottom, right, and be like, "Oh,
but Tom Clancy's an author."
True. Brought to you by Call of Duty or a Call of Duty story.
It'd have to be a Call of Duty story.
Yeah, a Call of Duty story. Because I think the moment you do like a movie comes out, it'd be like, let's say it's like Black Ops something. Like you're gonna have the comparisons to the game in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it's hot right now, man. Video game movies are hot right now. They're making a good surge. So I mean, they might want to take that chance.
Yeah, but I'm afraid of taking the chance and it fails.
Minecraft worked.
Minecraft did work, and I bring up Paramount specifically because they did Halo. Halo got canceled.
Yeah. Thing is, I heard that was above my pay grade. I played a Halo, beat it, but then that was as much as I got. But from what I heard from the niche fans, Halo was a solid show.
Halo was a solid show until season 2, and everyone complained of the writing. The biggest complaint was he took his helmet off. Another complaint was there was a shower scene with his cheeks facing out.
Let Master Chief cheeks be out, bro.
That sweaty suit. He got a base sometime. Master Cheeks. That's good.
Now we gonna have a problem. Now look, we gonna have a problem in this Mandalorian movie if we got to see Pedro Pascal cheeks. Then we gonna have an issue.
That's fair.
Then I will understand the argument.
But there's concern about Paramount doing the Call of Duty movie, which honestly, if Activision is gonna license it out, they should just be prepared for it. If you know who you're licensing it out to.
My argument is though, you said the first season was good.
I like
this is a movie. They're not making a TV show.
It's a TV
show.
It's a TV show.
If they, it is a TV show that they're making.
Show. Yeah,
Call of Duty
TV show. Yeah,
got it. So I can see the concern. At least the initial season will be good though.
That's true. You can expect it to open with a banger.
If history repeats itself.
Yeah, but yeah, because the Halo show was good. Just like Prime did. What's it called? Tell me. The Vault.
Well, Fallout, which
Fallout.
I loved Fallout. I mean,
And it was
few issues here and there, but I love Fallout. It was good.
I thought it was good, and I've only seen 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid.
So, but everything that Amazon does is like Academy Award winning and Emmy related. So like their quality is a different level, but they also only make like 4 shows a year, right? Versus Paramount has everything underneath the sun. Now, following Paramount, Walmart Plus Pro, whatever their subscription thing is to get free groceries or whatnot, they allow you to I think they allow you to get Paramount Essentials or Peacock Essentials. It might be Peacock Essentials. Now you can choose between getting Paramount Plus or Peacock, when before you could only get, I think it was Peacock only.
One or the other.
Yeah. But now you can get it as like a kind of like a bundle for free on your grocery subscription. So that's interesting.
Cool.
Whatever I can get.
I just,
at this point.
Sure.
Because don't forget, at this point, I'm going to end up watching the World Cup at my television. So, got to spend the money somewhere.
The first step is acceptance.
The first step is acceptance. All right, we're moving on. Last subject. We got the picks and Icks. We got.
Wait, I thought we were going to talk about Street Fighter. You didn't want to talk about Street Fighter? It's done.
I totally forgot.
Filming.
Totally forgot. Who is the one that is actually filming it? What distribution?
Well, that's a great question. I will look that up right now. But the cast is crazy. I'm hyped for it, man. They got all my WWE guys in there running the show. My boy Cody Rhodes is playing Guile. Roman Reigns is gonna be what's his face? Red hair bad guy.
Red-haired bad guy.
What his name? 50 Cent's in it too. What's his name's in it? The comedian that people were mad at, but he's kind of funny.
Tony Kill?
Oh my gosh, my brain is escaping me. Who is doing the movie? I'm trying to look up who's in the movie. Schultz. Schultz is in it. Directed by Kito Sakari.
Yeah.
Sakurai, excuse me. Please don't kill me. I know it's produced by Legendary. Okay, so Legendary.
Okay. They own it, so I wasn't sure.
That's pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, man. The cast, man.
I saw one screenshot or something like that, and I didn't even know it was being made. I don't know how I missed that. I was like, oh yeah, dang. Man. I saw a bunch of people in there.
Andre.
Yeah, Momoa as Blanca. I was like, oh, this might be interesting. Got Bison.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is. Yeah, Jason. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be cool. Like at first, I thought it was a meme when Roman Reigns is playing Akuma. Oh, that's gonna be so far.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was like a meme where because like the actors that they were showing, it's like, wait, you're having who playing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like now, put together, I'm kind of hyped up about it.
So
cool. And like I said, they got my WWE guys in there, so I'm already gonna be tuned in because of that. So they got 2 of the biggest WWE wrestlers in this movie, bro.
Yeah, I see that.
Crazy. So yeah.
And the thing with these type of movies, the same with I don't know if you've ever seen the franchise Universal Soldier. It got really big with Van Damme and Lundgren.
No,
it's an old franchise.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as big as it used to be. Basically, all the movies going forward now they're all direct to DVD. They started using a lot of fighters from UFC and WWE because like if you're gonna use people in those type of movies, you already have a good selection in these other places, UFC and wrestling specifically. Because like they're already built really, really well, and they generally have like a skill set for like how they fight in whatever they're doing and whatnot. Boxing as well too. The one I see on here that's a very, very good pick is Balrog as 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah, he looked good in the there's a CGI of him, and I'm like, yeah.
Do you know his boxing story though? So there's a boxing story where 50 Cent went and fought in official matches just to prove on the street that he could fight.
I believe that.
Right? And won.
I believe that.
right? So him as Balrog is really good
fit.
Yeah, it's a really good fit. I didn't even know that. Who's Vega? Orville Peck? Who's that? Oh,
who is that? Is that you know what it is? I think that's what's his face real name. Oh no,
he's
I
an
don't know.
openly gay
like
music countries. Okay, no, I can see that because Vega's really pretty, so I can see a gay person. Being
That's who Vega is. Yeah. I
with
see,
the mask. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is Guile. I'm in. Who's gonna be Dawson? Interesting. Is he a Bollywood actor? The guy playing Dawson?
I don't know who this is. Actor, film producer,
iconic
Bollywood.
yogic fighter. I'd be interested in that because
Commando series.
Yeah, because he's a pretty hard character to do live action because of his proportions in the game, and he's very like rubber bandy and doing fire and stuff like that. So I would be worried on how they portray him. Schultz, that's gonna be good. Ooh, Zangief. Yo, who's playing Zangief? Who's Oliver Richter's? Let's see. Who's this guy? Oliver Richter. Is this just a regular actor or Zangief is funny? Zangief could be a if they do the lines for him. I know this guy, Oliver Richter's, yeah. Is he world's strongest?
Zangief.
So if they do his lines like how they do Drax in Guardians, it'll be really, really funny.
Because be great.
Yeah, because Zangief has a lot of very like stupid one-liners that can be really, really funny. You're like, what do you mean you don't like air? Like he can have some really really, really funny one-liners that Cammy's gonna be. Oh my gosh, Cammy. Yo, if this girl playing Cammy does not have cheeks, that is gonna be so disrespectful.
No, the cheekage has been approved.
Okay, good. Because Cammy's one of those, bro. She wears like a leotard basically half the time when she's fighting, but she's basically Spec Ops or whatnot. So that's the thing I'm always worried about when you go to these video game movies or whatnot, because you have the game that's generally not all the time. Because like if you look at Last of Us, they dumb down all the sexuality of the characters, right? And like everyone's ugly basically.
I just didn't even give it a chance. Love Pedro Pascal, but the casting just already I wasn't a fan.
So with Street Fighter, there's actually Street Fighter 5. I think Street Fighter 5 had a sexy Ryu skin, right? Boy shirtless.
Oh yeah,
glisten out, all kinds of things. And it's like one of the first times they've had a sexy male skin. Because the thing is, with dudes, it's basically like you have ripped and abs, and that's kind of like the most you can get, like sex appeal type of thing, whatever. Versus females, it's either top portion, bottom portion, or both, right? It's kind of like your like 3 dials that you can bump up and down for sex appeal, something like that. So like these type of movies where you have so much hyper sexism in the types of characters and whatnot, and some of them, not all of them, of course,
for sure,
it doesn't transition very well to live action most of the time, because unless you're literally stuffing, they do it with men a little bit better now with I forget his name, Andy or Andrew and The Boys, where his suit's all padded up and he has no muscle on him whatsoever, where they can pad up and make you look a little bit more appealing or whatnot.
Yeah, movie magic.
But I don't think they do it as much for girls. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do it as much for females. So especially when it comes to the bust size or whatnot, Cammy's not this actor right here looks like she'll be okay. But like I said, some of the clothes that Cammy wears, there's no shot they do that.
You can't hide.
Yeah, the leotard that she wears fits really well in the game, but those are cartoon autonomy. Like I don't see that working well in you can't wear floss like that on a movie and not get rated X.
Don't forget Chun-Li too.
Yeah,
she's gonna be under heavy watch.
That's true. Chun-Li. Who's playing Chun-Li? Kalina Lang? Leah? Who's this?
The guy that's playing Ken is pretty cool. Yeah, you're not gonna know who the main characters. Like, I think they got legit like actors for them for Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. Like they're like actors.
France is this guy?
The guy's playing Ryu.
No, Ken. I know Koji for Ryu.
Yeah,
I know him because he was Snake Eyes.
Yeah, they got like legit people.
Yeah, Noah Centineo. I don't know this guy.
He's one of the few that
Disney
posted
Channel.
Him in. Oh yeah, but like I said, acting background. He's one of the few that posted himself in like his fit, and yeah, he looks like Ken. Yeah, okay. It's pretty accurate.
I gotta see this.
I think that's what I'm curious. Like, what route are they going with Ken? Are they gonna go like beach vibe Ken? Like,
that's true. Because he has different ones. He's in I think King of Fighters just did a collab with Street Fighter, and Ken's in it. I don't think they're gonna do Ryu, but Ken is. Let me see if I can find this guy. Oh, he was in Black Adam.
Oof, I'm not gonna remember.
Noah. Interesting. I don't know. I can. Street Fighter is always good. So I love everything Street Fighter. Yeah. I just wish it got more. They tried to do it with the Chun-Li series that they did, but just like Mortal Kombat, it still runs into the fundamental problem of it's a fighting game, right? With not a lot of good exposition. Street Fighter is a little bit better than Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat's more mystic and magic and fantasy, stuff like that. At least Street Fighter does have like shadow organizations. You have the whole Akuma Ryu thing that they do through their master. You have Ken Masters going to America and helping out the operatives or whatever kind of thing. So there's a couple things in there you can elaborate on. Yeah, and make stories. You have Bison like dying and coming back to life every 5 seconds. Him being able to bring the psycho force or whatever into, I forget what his name was. I think it was Seth or whatnot. And like he manages to put his powers into like a fake body so that he could take over the fake body, blah, blah, blah. But so there's a couple things in there that you can elaborate on and get some good stories, but it still suffers from the same thing. It's a fighting movie. It's only going to do as well as the fighting really is. And they tend to struggle between making the fighting campy and like the game with the moves or whatnot, or transitioning it to really good fight choreography, right? That's not necessarily, it's similar to the moves, but you will be disappointed because it's just good choreography versus it being identical to the actual move set that the character has. Like the tornado kick, Tsutsumaki Yukin or something like that, whatever. The tree kick, whatever. I can never say it because it's like TSUs. I that's one I can never say.
Susu.
Yeah, that'll be interesting if they pull that off. The Hadouken's not hard, but to make it look good is hard.
Legendary. I think Legendary has and I think they got the budget to make it look good in CGI.
They have the budget. It still doesn't mean it's gonna look good. So
I believe
that's cool. Yeah, I did not know they had this much stuff on it already. Wait, do we have a release date?
Next year or early 27? I think it's next year.
So it's not in post yet.
They're pretty much done filming. They're almost done filming.
Oh, okay. So it's entering post production.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. That's really good to know.
Yeah, Roman.
I'm glad you called that out. I'm glad you called that out. Because
it's such a big part of my everyday because of my watching WWE, and they had to kill off Cody and Roman Reigns because they had to go film.
Because they had to go film.
They didn't get killed off, but they got their asses beat. So they're injured because they had to go film.
Hey man, whatever.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. But what's his name? Cody, who's playing Guile, he just came back last because he's John Cena is fighting Brock Lesnar. Whatever. He just came back last Friday because it was reported that he finished filming. No, Cena's on his retirement tour. He's almost done.
Oh, sorry. Retirement
this
tour.
Year.
I apologize. You got to milk it for the league. That's fair enough. It's a league, right? Or is it not a league?
No, because Cena doesn't want, because so in WWE when you retire, you don't really retire because you make those appearances and come back.
Okay,
John Cena says he's like, bruh, when I'm done, jorts are gone. If you ever see me on WWE, it's probably gonna be in management. It's gonna be as a speaking. I'm not the jorts. John Cena stuff is done. So he's like, I'm gonna give you guys one more year of all that, of the character of the John Cena that you grew up loving, because he's legit gonna retire, and I believe it. I believe it. I don't, because he knows that he's the greatest wrestler of all time. So now it's like anything he does is watered down to the John Cena we know, and he's like, I don't want to be remembered as that. So yeah, so he's had a good retirement run. This year's been good. He's had some really good matches this year. But yeah, man, John Cena.
All right. Let's go on to the picks and the icks. We got 3 things on there. 3 kind of funny things too. First one.
Okay.
Elon was offered a $1 trillion pay package to make sure he stays at Tesla, right? 1 trillion, not billion, not million.
To do what?
It's basically a pay package it's basically all stock, where if he meets certain criteria, he will get a certain amount of shares that will equal $1 trillion. Again, that's not billion, and that's not million.
What weren't we just talking about? How his goal was to be the first trillionaire?
I don't know if that was one of his goals, but it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, we were just I swear to you, we just talked about this on a recent pod, and how we knew it was going to happen, but when. And now it sounds like with this news,
he will be the first.
Done.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And one of the metrics in there, which I don't think is super hard, but I guess it whatever, is to deliver, not be making every single year, but to deliver 1 million Optimus robots by 2035, which is 10 years. That's a long time for manufacturing. But he just has to deliver them once. Now, I bring up the Optimus robots for this reason.
Because you get yours?
If you could get an Optimus robot that functioned like Rosie from the Jetsons, sass included, would you get an Optimus robot? Even if it was like Rosie from the Jetsons?
I don't want a robot. I draw my line at my
vacuum.
Like my Alexa products, like
even
where they
if it was
can
like
talk to me
Rosie.
And yeah, no, I'm good on that, bro. I trust Will Smith, man. He told me no, so I'm going with it. He told me no, so I bet I'm gonna be like his grandma in the movie. Yep, I'm not buying it for sure.
I seem to remember him being okay with the robot.
Okay, maybe at the end of my movie, I'll be okay with it.
Oh my God.
But what did it take to get to that point? Remember that part?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. He committed a lot of robot genocide in that movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Shout out to that freeway scene where he's manually driving, though. The car going like 400 miles an hour, where they're just like, manually driving is dangerous. He's like, give me that steering wheel. Come on, man. What you doing out here?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Optimus, because there are some celebrities that already have an Optimus robot currently. I think Kimi K has one.
I'm sure.
Kimi K is the most recent one because of mine, because of IG posts. There was one where they were walking.
Kai Cenat had one.
Who?
Broke that shit, but Kai Cenat had one.
Didn't know that. There was one.
He had it on stream and everything.
And he broke it though?
But it was gifted.
Oh yeah, I think most of them are gifted. There was somebody who was.
It was literally give it to him to just show it.
Yeah,
that's really
just
what it was.
Just to get mind share out there.
Exactly.
There was one where somebody was walking it with a dog or whatnot, but it wasn't operating on its own. They were tele doing it through a remote control, and they're at the. Have you seen the Santa Monica Tesla spot, the diner?
No.
Yeah, so there's a new diner that opened up. It's strictly Tesla diner, and they have a Optimus robot in there who gives you popcorn.
Can we be the only ones to eat there, or can anyone eat there?
Anybody can eat there.
Man, F that, bro. I have an issue with other electric cars.
You and me both.
Like,
You and me
stay
both.
away from the Tesla charging stations, bro. You mess everything up. You're messing everything up because your chargers are not in the right spot.
We both.
That's all.
But he already sold rights to those though. But it's only at certain stations though. It's only at certain stations.
They taking over my bro. And I can't even say. I know in theory they say like Tesla owners are like the iPhone. No, in theory sure, but not really. Not really, because if you think about it, we're the Android users. Because what did Android do to Apple? What did you just say? They sold the blueprint for the charger, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the USB-C has been used for years by us Android users, and all of a sudden Apple jumping on the ship. So now I got the lovely Miss Wifey is going to be having.
They were forced.
You know what I mean? So it's
like,
I guess yes, because getting an extra cable. Anyways,
but yeah, no,
I have a problem with other electric. Go get your own. Go get your own spot.
Yeah, I
Pissed
agree.
Me off, bro.
I agree.
Right in the middle of the charging station, threw off. It literally canceled out three different chargers. So then me and 4 other Teslas had to wait because we could not charge our car because it's stupid. It wasn't even like a Rivian. I'll give Rivian a pass. But like it was a stupid Honda. Pissed. I was pissed. I'm like, go to your own charger, bro.
So the
anyway.
I agree with you. It sucks because I think Mercedes was one of the first ones that got the contract. Ford has a contract with them too, that they got access to all these chargers and whatnot. It's good for the industry because they don't have to worry about charging it. It's bad for the owners because we already have to fight with Tesla owners, let alone people who don't have charging ports in the right spot. So it messes up the chargers.
I was just gonna say that should have been part of the signing. So like from now on, like I get it if like old generations they don't have it, but from now on, all charging ports need to be in the same spot. That should be a thing.
Supposedly they're only allowed access to the newer ones, which are the ones that have the longer cables. But I don't see how you're going to stop them from using the other ones.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know if you can hold that. Yeah.
So you literally just open up a can of worms type of thing. And of course, I don't have another EV that's not Tesla, so I can't test it or ask somebody.
Compare.
I can ask one person actually and see if because they got access to it to see how theirs works or whatnot. But it's definitely suckish. But yeah, they have that Tesla diner has a robot and it gives you popcorn. I think it does some other stuff too. It like waves at you, whatever, hands you a bag, be like, "Hey, I'm a robot." But
sick, dude.
Right? I'm just saying, Rosie, man. Rosie did a lot for the Jetsons, bro.
She was funny.
You can name the Optimus Rosie too.
Cool. No.
Maybe give us some LED eyes. I'll get you. I'll get you.
No.
You'll eventually join.
You got the wrong brother on here, man. The other one, you probably get him.
And on that same EV train, it looks like EVs are going to lose access to the carpool lanes in California.
Lose access?
Globally. Or not globally? US, my bad. Not globally. So the ZEV.
Even here in California?
Yeah.
With Newsom? That's weird. Okay.
So I guess it's a federal thing that makes them allowed to use the carpool lanes. And Newsom,
even if we have other passengers, even if we have multiple passengers,
no, you can still use it the normal way. Of like if you have HOV.
So you're talking about with the
but if you have the EV Z sticker or whatever based on when you bought yours,
got it.
You could drive in it as a single occupant. Right. It doesn't have to be.
But they're getting rid of that.
Yeah. So or it's expired. It's expiring, and it hasn't been re-upped. And Uncle Trumpy has to be the one to re-up it. So we'll see if he re-ups it. I don't think he will, based on losing a lot of the EV stuff recently.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean he won't do it because he's a business dude. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that's
I don't care one way or another. I get it.
I care. So, but that was another unfortunate thing. We're just like, dang, man, I get really bougie in my old age. I gotta drive with everyone else. Dang. That's rough.
I prefer it because people just be in the carpool lane clogging it up. But then if you just, if you hovering around in the other lanes, I feel like I'm moving faster.
I can agree with you on that a lot of times. There was one time I was coming
home.
Just
be in the they're just in the carpool just to be in the carpool.
Those one time I was this was like really disrespectful. I got really angry. Then I overtook them, and then when I saw who was driving, I was like, damn, I'm such an asshole. They were going like 60 miles an hour, and this is right after right before traffic gets heavy, around 3ish. So it's just like you got to get home before that lock hits, or else you're just gonna be stuck for forever when people start getting on the freeway. And there is a line behind me. And I'm like, I'm kind of going over to the left so people understand it's not just me, right? I can't go anywhere. The person in front of me. And I see people like 12 cars back just jumping out of the carpool lane, speeding up past me going through. I was like, okay, there's gonna be a break here soon. I'm gonna get out and do whatever. And it like there was a line behind me to the point where so many people just got out of the carpool lane and just passed us. So there was maybe like at most there was at least 10 cars behind me. By the time I left, there was like 3 behind me. That's how many people did it. So I was just like, so the anger took over. I was just like, this guy's ridiculous. I don't even know why he's on the road. Get off the road, whatever. And I pass this guy, and it looks like this sweet old man with his at the end of her life wife with her, just talking, enjoying, just driving 60 miles an hour, whatever. And I was just like, oh, why couldn't you have done that in the right lane over there? Why do you have to be in the carpool
where
lane
you're
to
supposed
do this?
to be at?
I was like, oh man, bro, I feel like such an a-hole. Because I was ready to pit them and put them on the side of this freeway and just ha ha ha. And I pointed them as I drove away, hearing the sirens come pick them up. I was like, dang. I was like, these
diabolical.
I was like, these sweet old people just out here just trying to live their life, trying to get home in a safe fashion or whatnot. I was like, do you not know the speed limit is 65?
No,
like at least drive the speed limit, man.
Or at least, bro,
minimum. Especially during getting ready for traffic too. Like, no, you can't do this. You won't survive. You won't even make wherever you're trying to get. You won't make it home. Someone's gonna get you.
There is a lane specifically for that type of driving. You want to do that? Far right lane.
It's on the right. I don't understand why you're in the carpool lane. They're probably thinking the same thing. Oh, there's nobody in the car.
That's my point. Just because they can.
Yeah.
They're not going to optimize it. They're not going to use it properly. They're just going to do it because, there's 2 of us. I guess I can go over there. No. Keep your little happy Sunday driving on the right side.
But they're probably also thinking the same thing, like, oh, there's nobody in the carpool lane. I could just go as fast as I want. But because they're old, 60 is fast for them, and there's nobody in the carpool lane because they're all behind you.
Right. Gosh, it's so clear in the carpool lane.
Right?
They're all very
such
angry
easy driving, and everyone's just stewing behind them. It's just ready. I was like, oh, that is not okay. And then the very last thing on here, this one's funny, and I wanted to get more on it to see like which individuals were specifically asking. The most I could get was the Mexican president. So the United States, of course, for drugs and stuff like that, we do drug busts all the time, right? You get the drugs, blah blah blah, take them off the streets or take them out of the cartel's hands, yada yada yada. Okay. Mexico is asking, and when we also seize cash, right? So the Mexican president and some of that those officials were asking for a share of the cash seized from Mexican criminals. I was thinking to myself, this person sounds like the person who takes credit for the class project but didn't do anything.
Right. That something about that don't add up.
Like what? Like first of all, what do you like? We kind of already have a feeling about how the cartel works with Mexico and their officials.
Yeah.
So you're not going to give it back to them, right? The assumption is we're going to give you it and then you're going to give it back to them. That's the assumption.
That's right. That would be a astute assumption. Yeah.
Right. But then also too, you didn't do any of this work. You didn't find them. You didn't not exonerate. You didn't. That's what I'm looking for. Pick them up, basically, put them in the cell, whatever. You didn't get their homies. You didn't get no gunfights, nothing. And you're like, you know what?
Let me get some.
I think I deserve a share because you know where they came from? They came from here. So since they came from here, I think we should probably get a share.
It's fair, right?
You know?
Who's with me?
Right. If I'm making these guys, I should get a piece of the profits, right? The reward money. Think about it. There wouldn't even be a reward money if they didn't come from here. If it weren't for us, you wouldn't even be doing anything. You should be thanking me.
Check, please.
All right. I was like, that is so funny. That is so funny. So, like, what?
Okay.
You ain't got other things to worry about except getting reward money for drugs, like these World Cup tickets.
It's my right. Like what? Like, did you say like World Cup tickets? And that's all it is. All right.
That's how it is, bro.
All right.
That's it. Oh man, full circle. All right, CK. What's your handles? What's your socials?
Everything CK2K.
Everything CK2K. All right, peoples. Appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us, and have a pleasant day. Bro, I am so low on energy right now. So low. I didn't even realize this was like almost 12 o'clock.
I know you're straight. Like,
oh, you game was it? What's better is like the lyric says 3 brothers, and there's only 2 of us. All right, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you.
It's just it just punches me right in the face, bro. The damn song.